Oh God. I don't think it did. Welcome back from ads. I hope that y'all are enjoying yourself because I know I am. So yeah.
Me too. I didn't expect to be quite as entertained. Comment is accurate because same. Every time I sit down, it's funner than I thought it was gonna be.
Like we're literally just yapping for an hour, and it's literally like.
It's the best. Okay, cool. Literally.
Cass's audio
Audio's broken.
Oh, yeah, it might be just the Discord.
They're scrum.
I don't know if that fixed it, so I'm just gonna try this. There you go. Skrunk.
Get
Everyone's audio?
Skrunk.
Yeah, there's an issue with
Next.
Discord whenever I have this. I don't know why. Goth, welcome in. But yeah, it's like a 1 minute fix, so whenever you hear the skrunkle, you let me know, I'll fix it, and it's done.
Tell us of the skrunk.
That, you know what, that should be the BBEG, skrunkle.
That's actually a good name for a BBEG because it doesn't like. And now you're fighting the big ominous Grunkle.
Maybe that's why like they get like underestimated a lot. Who knows?
So true. All right. Going back in, diving back in.
Diving back into Manaki, diving into bed.
Manaki, yeah, you're diving into bed. What are you doing next?
I'm going to be as like straight as a pole. Mr. Cat is like sleeping right on my chest as he normally does, and I'm not going to move an absolute inch. And then I'm hoping that like I'm hoping that if I behave really well and if I sleep super good, then I'll be invited to come back into the bed again in the future. So that's why I'm like on edge. And I'm also like as slid away from him as possible to give him as much space as he needs, just in case. Just in case.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Boston sleeps on his left side, so facing away from you. And he does that to like hide like his panicked face of being like, oh God, I that was way too forward. I shouldn't have. Oh, I'll sleep on the couch tomorrow. Like he's too like, he's not gonna say anything because he doesn't want you to think that he doesn't like you. So he's
awake for a while.
Yeah,
trying to fall asleep. You struggle a bit because you're both anxiously trying to sleep really still and not make a lot of noise. I'll just have both of you roll a d20. I'm just curious.
okay.
And
Oh God.
I'm gonna say high is obviously good. Oh, all right, nat 20.
God damn.
Perfect. Boston with a 5. Okay, perfect. This is I know exactly what's happening. Great. So, Manaki, throughout the night, you are just perfectly still. You sleep amazingly straight. The cat remains. You know, like towards the morning, the cat does kind of leave. Like every morning you do wake up and the cat isn't there. You assume he's like going to eat breakfast or something. But as your eyes flutter open in the morning, there is still presence on your chest, except you look down and sometime throughout the night, Boston has, in his sleep, rolled over and his head now lays on your chest as he sleeps still. In the morning light, as it comes in through, you just kind of see his hair falling a little sleepily over his like face. His eyes are closed, and he's just
he's like
drool?
kind of squished, like look at that.
Yeah, a little squished. Is there a little drool or no drool?
Absolutely. There's
a little drool.
There's lots of drool. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm wet.
Ayo. Boston is just conked out.
What do you do?
Love that. What do I do? Oh my God.
Well, give me a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it. I set you up for that.
You have given me permission to... Okay.
I thought that was a 19. It got cocked in my freaking... It looks like a 19 to me!
I love when the
You wish
D&D
it
dice
got
get cocked, but they tell you that it's not.
That's so stupid. I was like, oh my god, it was between a 3 or a 19, but the 9 was on the other side of the dice. I was so confused. I was like, hell yeah, I survived.
As you look down, you realize what's happening. You see like how sleepy, comfortable, kind of adorable Boston looks, sleeping on your chest. Like your breath starts to catch, and like you definitely are like definitely making movement, like almost like you're laughing, but it's just like you can't quite catch your breath like enough to breathe in fully. And like Boston, you are kind of like shaken awake by like this like constant, like as you're laying on his chest, feeling like the tutunk 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 of like Manaki like definitely stirring. You awaken on Manaki's chest. What do you do?
So as his eyes flutter open and he just kind of like he realizes what's like that he's like moved, and so he like detaches his head from the spot of drool, and he like realized that he's like quite face to face with you, and I think Boston would just scramble backwards and be like, morning. I'm
Morning.
so used to having the bed to myself. Sorry. Yeah.
Did you sleep well? By any chance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I like look down and I see like the drool, and I just kind of lift up my shirt a little bit, and I'm just like, yeah, I slept well.
I'm so sorry. And he puts his hand on your chest, like I imagine it's like on your pec, and he casts Prestidigitation to clean it up.
Yep. And it just
my god.
Look at you.
Wow. I was gonna be like, I could have just given you my shirt if you wanted. Like this.
No, it's easy. It's
No,
just
I
it's a
would've-
cantrip.
Oh, you
They're-
should have
they're
taken
easy
that
enough.
shirt off, man.
I would have totally have taken that shirt off. Anyways,
I know,
I'm gonna
I
make some
know.
toast now. I'm like roll over and I hustle out of the door. I'm like, the cat needs to be fed.
I thought there was like an automatic feeder. Huh. Like he's just like huh.
The cat needs to be fed. Good.
Oh
Perfect.
goodness.
Well, great. Wonderful.
I'm telling
It's a shame that I'm between these two right now, camera wise. Like,
You don't think I did that on purpose?
Oh,
it
I
had
love
to
that.
be. We're looking at each other from a distance. Althea's in between, just gay panic, just
yeah. Like the
Yeah,
4'5" Althea just in between, man.
Cool.
That's biblically accurate. Althea.
true.
The accurate Althea.
Amazing. Also, over the course of this week, Mr. Cat does kind of, as he sees you carrying around these magic items that you got on your previous journey, he does kind of let you know that you could have them like sent off, and you could probably pay for them to get identified, and then they would be sent back. There's
Which we
like
do.
which you do, and it's around day like 5 or 6 that all of them are sent back to you with descriptions of all of them. So first of all, you get a Staff of Frost. It's a staff that is required attunement by a druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. So there's one of you that can attune to this. So it does. Boston does claim that. I'll drop the link in the chat as well, but it's a staff that grants you like resistance to cold damage and some other fun things that are specific to like different spells you can cast out of it with charges. It's a fun little staff
Cool.
for Boston.
I
We
like
love
that
to
you have
see
it
it.
like as a item that you sent. That's really cool.
Oh, yeah. We also got a Corpse Slayer Greatsword specifically for Manaki, as Manaki is the only one who can wield a greatsword, I think, in the group at the current moment. Except Poe, but Poe is more of a long-range type of boy.
Poe is just absolutely lost in the sauce of the library.
Yeah, honestly, that's what Poe has
Poe
been
is
doing.
the long-ranged option.
Yeah, there is like this like moment that Poe comes to you and gives you like a lore dump about the protectors of the Between, and like you guys don't really catch any of it because like it's all in Poe speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
So it makes
poem
no
form.
sense.
Let us read the book,
oh,
little one.
sweet.
Just let us read it. They're just like shuffles away back to the library.
And we love this Corpse Slayer sword because it has some really fun things that work with Althea's turn undead trait, since it does have more damage against undead, and it gives them like disadvantage on saving throws, which turn undead happens to be a saving throw. So I just think they have a really fun work together potential for that. For Poe, Poe also got a little dagger. It's just like a fun little melee weapon for Poe, as Poe kind of just had like a random sword before. And it's a dagger of venom, which I think has a sick name. But it's just a dagger that has poison on it, like constantly or something, for like a minute.
Love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. For Althea, we got a amulet. It's like a black opal pendant, which and it has a pearlescent chain, and I just feel like that like really just like aesthetically fit. But it also gives you resistance to necrotic damage, and you can cast Spare the Dying as a bonus action, which also, Althea, I think you have Spare the Dying already, which I did say that you could swap that out if you would like, to a different cantrip, because I'm a cool, nice DM like that.
Cool, nice DM like that.
It's true.
Love
We
that.
also
Cast is so great because I think I had medicine proficiency instead of nature, and I was like, Cass, do you mind if I switch these for lore reasons? And she's like, absolutely, I'm nice. I'm like, yeah, you are.
Aww.
Well, yeah, and we started it as a one shot, so you did, it was like we weren't going to play these characters long term, and now we are, so it's different. We also have for the group an alchemy jug. It's a silly little magic item that I particularly love. Once a day, I think you can, I'm not sure, but you can create liquids out of nothing that just appear in this ceramic jug. The liquids that you can create are acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, or wine. It's just a funny little thing, Welcome.
Let me bring that up. Because I must have gone on a different site for
Oil ale.
yeah.
Oil
Because
for what?
shut up. This is the one I was looking at, Cass. Please correct me if I'm wrong. We're not using this site. I sent it in our server.
Oh. I was confused.
Because there is one particular thing on that list that I would like to pop in my. If not, then that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
and
cool.
like if you have other things you want to make with it, those are just like, I would say it's a list of suggested items. If you want to make if you want to make a gallon of Nutella, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, it just
I'm not,
requires
we
DM
don't have.
approval, I guess.
Yeah,
before,
if you're
yeah.
like, I want to make, well, yeah, you can't be like, I want to make a potion of healing, 2 gallons of potions of healing. Like, no. The answer's
Just 2
no.
gallons of
Can
holy
I-
water.
Yeah.
So, question about the way that you can use this. Can you, for example, could I like coat my weapon with this liquid that's inside of it?
Yes.
Like you would
acid,
with-
I could coat my weapon with Neo.
Yeah. No, but like that, the basic poison that you can make, like, yes.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there is one thing that I would like. Oh, so okay, real quick, what is my sword made out of? Like, what type of metal would that be?
It's just a great sword. It's whatever, I don't know. Let's say it's made of like a dark
Just like steel.
Steel. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would like to put Aqua Regia in my alchemy jug, which is also known as royal water, which is a type of highly corrosive acid that was prized by alchemists. Basically, it is an orange color. It's so potent of an acid that it can melt through even gold and platinum.
What the fuck? That's cool.
So I'm going to take creative liberties here and say that it melts through gold and platinum, but not steel. It's not stainless steel. I'm just gonna say like my sword is too cool to melt. But it's up to you, of course, if you'd let me.
The acid was
Or I could
extremely dangerous to touch.
To touch.
Like,
That's
imagine
okay,
it
I'll be
drips
careful.
down when you're like swinging it around.
All right, I'll keep it. I'll just keep it in this. I'll just keep it in the jug, but I still
Yeah, like
want
I
it
could
in
say
my
you
jug.
could like throw it
Yeah.
at somebody, but coating your weapon in it seems like
Probably not
you're gonna
great.
touch it and
Damn.
you might like you could try, but you might have to do like a sleight of
take
hand check
damage.
to not like get it on yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I
I'll
like
think
that
about
idea. Yeah, think about
Alright.
it.
That's actually a
But
cool
also,
idea. Yeah.
what about those 2 gallons of mayonnaise you could make?
Ayo.
Oh, another day. Another day. That could. Another day.
I love how
Uh,
specific mayonnaise is. It's like, why
It's
mayonnaise?
so specific, and honey as well.
I
I
don't-
mean, honey
honey-
makes
so
sense.
funny.
Like, if you want to attract bears or something, but mayonnaise?
Yeah, it's one of those magic items that was never meant to like be used in combat. It's one of those magic items that they made because it's a magic world. So why are there not jugs that can create gallons of water or
Oh.
gallons of other
sense.
Mhm.
liquids or stuff like that? So there's a lot of magic items that don't do things in combat or within fights, but they do things like out of combats or just like a pen that never runs out of ink or something like that.
Love
I mean, that
that.
makes sense, but I just
Okay.
love that it's like, specifically, you can make these 10 things, and one of them is mayonnaise. I just love
It's my
that.
favorite thing. I used to have an old lady character. She was just like an old stinky spore druid, and she would make mayonnaise and eat it like with her hands. She was like,
I love it.
Oh, hell yeah.
My God, that's
She
so
was-
good.
she was weird. I loved her. And then finally, the last magic item that you guys get is a potion of polychromy, which is not technically in D&D Beyond. So if you want to use it ever, Althea, because I think you're the one who took it,
We should. Okay.
maybe save that link. I could also add it to your D&D Beyond, but I forgot to do that. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. You're
So this one,
perfect.
oh, stop. You can drink it, and you can cause your body to be any combination of colors you choose. If you mimic the colors of your surroundings, you have advantage on dexterity, stealth checks until the potion wears off.
Wow. Okay. Potion of polychromy. Okay.
Yes, and the link is in the chat too.
I got it.
yeah.
Perfect.
So that's what we get.
Okay.
Nice. And you also
Yay.
said, like, in
Yay.
terms of gold, there was
Yes.
2,000 gold, so each of us gets 462 each, because we're using 150 to identify the items.
Ooh.
And
Correct.
there's also 500 gold worth of gems, which maybe we sent it away and, like, sold them.
Yes, anytime I ever give you gems, you can just put it as gold.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what I
Yeah.
did. And you said, like, oh, that's probably good to have, like, party funds. So, chat, here's a jump scare for you. Boston is in charge of party funds.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Love that.
So we
Those will
have
be gone?
500 gold for party funds at the moment.
Yes. Yes. Cool.
Boston's
that-
for the best party.
Yes. Cool. That takes care of all of the things that I had that we needed to do before the week ends of the kind of settling from your last journey. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to do in the downtime that you have?
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
Althea?
Nah.
Okay, perfect. Great. So you guys wake up one morning, you're doing your normal morning things. You're having a struggle now sleeping in the same bed. It'll have been the second night that you guys slept in the same bed together. One of you is probably having breakfast, or maybe all of you are having breakfast, but wherever you're starting your day, you all kind of hear that mail bell start to ring that you heard ring last time, that signals that you guys have mail at your front door.
Love.
got
Let's head
mail.
over to the front door.
Wonderful. You guys all head over, and it's a very familiar sight of a large dark wooden double doors that are your front doors of your beautiful house. And the bell next to the mail flap is kind of swinging, just kind of like lightly ringing. You all still aren't quite used to the new edition, however. It happened a couple of days ago, but there is a plaque decorated with emerald and jade leaves with filigree calligraphy that reads "The Keepers of the Between" on a plaque kind of just above the mail slot, which, as we all know, is a name that you guys all came up with together for the group that now lives in the house. Through that mail flap fly 3 paper birds, which is now you know why this is the picture that I have sitting here. A paper bird looks exactly like what is pictured here. It's just like a origami crane almost that literally flies, and 3 kind of fly in, and they flutter each, one to Boston, one to Manaki, and one to Althea. And they kind of flutter and land in your hands.
That's so cute.
It's so cute.
Wow.
Is it like a note?
We
Yeah.
can like unfold it.
Yeah, and as you go to unfold them, they very easily unfold, and inside is an advertisement. The title says, "The Wretched Midway." In the center, a skeletal ringmaster stands tall, wearing a tattered red golden jacket. And a top hat, but the top hat is kind of looks like a dragon that's kind of a dragon skull that's kind of perched on top of his also skull. His eyes kind of glow this like faint haunted green, and he kind of raises this like crooked like kind of like walking cane that kind of seems to crackle with energy. As you look at this poster, you do see that it's kind of moving. It isn't like a still image like you normally would see on a piece of paper. There is some magic imbued that kind of gives everything just a slight like movement to it.
Whoa, it's a GIF.
Yeah, pretty much. GIF on picture.
Holy crap. When did the technology get so good in the favorite?
Are they all the same, or do we have like is anything
They are all
unique?
you kind of look around, they're all the same, and around this kind of ringmaster in the center, continue playing. Around in the center is that man, and then around, or the skeletal figure, around him are various undead performers. They're kind of showcased in like these chilling yet fantastical poses. There's an acrobat with like skinless limbs that kind of is flipping through the air in the background. There's a fire breathing like zombie clown with like this decayed face like that's like blowing fire in the background. There's like an aerialist swinging from rusted chains above the ring. Their bodies are like kind of like very unnaturally bent and like very ragged. And then there's also kind of like, you see kind of like various animals, but they're all just like skeletons of what those animals would be, that are kind of just like in the tent in the background of this circus.
Wow.
And then at the bottom of this poster, it says, "Starring the Shield Maiden of Death." Pictured below, flanked by 2 burly humanoid men, one drow and one half-elf, is a short, pale, elven woman with pale hair, one black eye, and one bright reddish pink one.
Wait a second. Wait
Hold
a
on.
second. How did they get our photos? When did I like look at Althea like really accusatory? Why do you look really cool on this?
You know, it comes with the territory of being cool.
But like,
What can I
how did
say?
they? I'm a little bit worried just because I don't think I remember sitting for this portrait. So
How accurate do they look?
as
Really accurate. It's like you guys, it's like looking in a mirror.
Oh damn.
Oh
Okay.
damn! I'll be keeping
I'm
this for
definitely
later.
keeping this for later.
Yeah.
And as you kind of tuck it away from down the hall towards the library, you hear, which you know Poe is always in constantly, even if he's eating breakfast or having dinner, he's either cooking or reading. You hear from the library, you hear Poe's record come to a sudden halt as he kind of, it's not really a record, but you know what I'm saying? He kind of like has a magic item that plays music as he's working, and that kind of music suddenly comes to a stop.
Oh no.
Silence kind of fills this front room long enough that you're like, get like really freaked out. Like there's just like this dead silence. And then finally, like what breaks the silence as you're all kind of like looking to each other a little worried, there's like this faint, eerie melody that plays on like this kind of out of tune organ with like this unsettling dissonance. and and there's just like this, yep, like a lone cymbal crashes in the distance, and then another, and their sounds like are sharp and jarring against the quiet, and it's just
What the fuck's
this
going on?
slow, eerie tune, creaking and groaning as if the music itself is kind of like living, coming from that library room down the way.
I'm gonna like kind of duck my head into the hallway that it's like kind of coming from. Gonna say, hey Poe, are you there, buddy? Poe?
You don't hear anything.
Althea's fully standing behind Manaki
No
now.
well, you hear the
I am
spooky
not going over
music.
there.
Boston
spooky
casts
music.
mage armor on himself.
Great.
Okay,
Perfect.
I quickly turn to Althea and I just like pick her up by underneath her armpits and I say, "We're leaving now." And I put her over my shoulder and I grab Boston and I just tug him towards the door.
Towards the door, out of the house.
Out of the house. I'm leaving the house.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sure Poe is leaving. I swear he's probably left.
You pick Althea up and you start to pull Boston towards the front door, and from the room you just hear Poe scream. You've never heard Poe scream a day in your life. You hear Poe shriek like you hear a bird, like just horrible sound, and then you hear just the word nevermore just crackling kind of through this music.
We are
Respectfully put Althea down quickly and I start legging it towards the library.
Manaki was going to be that one that survives in a horror movie, but alas. Yeah, no. Running behind Manaki.
My
100%.
boy!
Cool. Okay, so you kind of
I'm casting bless on the group as quick as possible.
absolutely. So as you kind of sprint down this hallway, you cast bless on everybody. As you start down, it's dark. It is so dark, eerily dark, more dark than it has ever been in this hallway. And you do kind of from the end of the hallway see like this like fog, kind of just like coming from the library and spreading out down the hallway. But you guys don't care because you're booking it. You're running, and I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw as you sprint down the hallway.
Oh, 17.
Okay.
Is this how I do
19.
a Constitution saving throw?
On the
is
first
this how I
page,
do a
it'll be with con saves. You have a con check right now.
Yeah, hold on.
Hmm.
Every time I come back to it, I forget how to use the TNT beyond me.
It's okay.
No, you're good,
one.
don't worry.
I mean, it's like a month between sessions, so it makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
There
18.
you go. Look
Okay.
at us go.
Love, love, love. We figured it out. 17, 19, and 18, you all pass. You kind of, where did I put the damage there? Okay.
Oh yeah, we have bless as well, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
you pass
we're
anyway,
fine.
but if you added the D4, you would get even more pass. Yay!
Yay, we're blessed.
As you kind of run down this hallway, there is this moment where like, especially Boston and Althea, you kind of know magic at this point, where you kind of like definitely feel like you've tripped a trap, and you all hear this deafening cackling laugh that's like all broken and twisted. And like you kind of like close your eyes, like for a second, it takes a minute, but you all kind of like shunt off like the brunt of what you definitely feel in your mind, like is piercing your mind. So you each only take 3 points of psychic damage.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay.
3
Wait,
points.
I've healed since the last time we've endeavored,
Yeah,
right?
we've had
Yes.
3
Yeah.
sleeps.
Yeah.
That's been
We've
enough
rested
long rests.
many
Yeah,
times.
hit the long rest button if you didn't already, by the way. But
Bless,
definitely,
okay.
yeah, hit the long rest, but make sure you mark off your spell slot again for bless. And then you
Mage
do the
armor
3
for
hit
me
points.
is free.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's the reason I chose it. Armor of Shadows or whatever it's called. It's great.
That's so cool. I love that.
Otherwise,
like-
I'm
it's
this
like the one where
flimsy
you
boy.
could do like detect magic at will too, right?
Yeah, detect magic at will, and I can cast mage armor at will.
Yeah, that's so sick. I love that. That's such
Yeah,
a
I
good
can
I was
see
like-
in the dark.
no,
That's what I do.
Cool ability, cool skill.
awesome.
Well, I can also make a flower bloom if you want. Scrunky.
Oh, sorry. Are we taking a second?
Yeah, sorry, because otherwise they can't hear you while I'm like fixing it. But so
Oh,
they
the
can hear you
scrunk.
now. Yeah.
The scrunk.
Mm-mm.
You're sprinting down this hallway, you get hit with this, but you kind of brush it off really easily, and you get to the entranceway of the library, and blocking the entryway of the library are these red and white striped curtains stained with blood and what you aren't sure are some other substances, and they look kind of like dirty and ragged. But as hard as you try like to just peek a little bit as you're running up to it, you can't see through those curtains as they kind of like softly blow faintly towards you outwards.
Can I slice it with my sword? I just like go in and hack it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You kind of like go to slice it with your sword, and it does kind of like part. Like you put it and you push your knife in there, and it does kind of like start to like part without anything kind of like giving purchase to your knife.
Oh.
And as you kind of like get there and you go to slice it, there's just like deafening music now coming from this slit that has appeared. In between the cymbals and like the sickening melody, you can kind of hear like people singing and like a chanting of this same line over and over again. It sounds almost like a child's nursery rhyme amongst this like weird off-key organ that's playing in the background. I'll have everybody give me a quick.
He does not want to be there.
Give me a quick perception check, everyone, as you kind of sprint up to this door.
Perception. Oh, 18.
I got advantage.
Pop off.
Oh, damn.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so a 15, 18, then a
Advantage on
26.
Perfect.
26.
Well, which of you know Elvish? I don't have that readily available. I'm sorry.
I do.
I think it's.
I
think
do.
everyone?
I think it's everyone.
Yeah,
everyone,
we're all elves of some kind.
Perfect. So in Elvish, you kind of hear this like sickening melody, like a little children's rhyme. Sickness all around her, her entire family left her. The sickness is still with her. Kelemvor thought he hid her. And they just keep saying that over and over and over again.
Kelemvor.
Okay.
Do you head in to the curtains?
Ooh, Alfie
Well,
takes
yeah,
like a
pose
step
behind.
back. Very unsure, but goes through the curtains.
Perfect. As you kind of sprint through these curtains, you see, let me pull this up. You see this. You all kind of go through these doors, and you realize that you're all coming from different sides. You look around and you're separated the moment you kind of pass through the wall, like through the curtains.
This is not Poe's bedroom, guys.
It's the library. Well,
you see this. Oh wait, let me go back to my. Oh, hold on. I wrote stuff for this. Don't just start improving, Cassie. Under the dim lights of like this decaying circus tent, you kind of look up, and it is just like almost dripping with like the cloth that is just like just decaying around you. There's also in the middle an altar made of like broken circus props, and there's like a bound victim trembling in fear. You look. Luckily, you don't see Poe. It's just a humanoid. They seem not very specific. Like, you don't know who it is. None of you recognize them at all.
Just some random common bitch.
Yeah, honestly. Well,
How did you get here?
behind the curtain, behind the DM curtain, it was potentially Wakey.
oh! Well, we can still say it's Wakey. It's just IRL Wakey.
IRL
Yeah,
Wakey.
yes.
It's
who we're trying to
literally
find.
a
It's
human
just
that
Wakey.
just looks like Wakey.
The Rat King.
Around this person who's kind of bound to this makeshift altar are these undead clowns with cracked makeup, and they all chant in eerie, disjointed voices, repeating that same like kind of like child song. And there's kind of like they're kind of like twist into these like figures into monstrous nightmarish shapes all around them as the lights kind of cast shadows, the candles that are all lit around this altar. You kind of like see the air as you step through. The air crackles with dark energy as the ritual reaches its peak. And as you step through, you can't do anything to stop it. This clown steps forward, lifts a bloodstained ceremonial dagger, and plunges it into the heart of the person on the altar. And you see.
I take it
you
back. It's not
look-
Wakey.
It's not Wakey. You said that, and I was like, well, they're dying, so.
They're dying.
You look behind you, and as this is plunged into this person's heart, the way behind you that you can see kind of flapping through these curtains that still stand weirdly behind each of you, all 1, 2, 3 of you. You look, and as it's kind of plunged into his heart, you hear a crackle behind you turn, and the exit to where you could go home kind of crackles along with it and is gone. You see all of these people, these circus zombies standing around, and their essences are kind of lift from themselves, go into this ceremonial dagger as it's plunged into the heart of this person, and everyone in the room just falls dead. Not you guys, but all of these clowns that you see here, they all kind of just fall to the ground.
Oh, cool.
As the 3 of you, could you give me just a quick Arcana check?
What?
Okay.
Okay. I have -1. Come on, 20. Come on, 20. Damn it.
Ooh.
Got an 11.
And 11-7. Luckily, the DC was 10 for my magic users. Althea, you get just kidding. That was Manaki. Manaki,
Me.
you're not a magic user, but I'll still tell you because you're a fancy, sweet, adorable little Manaki,
I've been
and I love
learning
you.
things from Althea. That's what I've been doing.
At one point, I was chatting with someone this week, and they were like, "Just give advantage to everyone because you love them so much." And I was like, "That's not D&D."
No, that is.
I mean, if you ever
Listen
want to give us
them.
inspiration, I do have these cat ears to like remind us.
The cat
So
ears of
true.
inspiration.
The cat
yes,
ears
it's
of
very
inspiration.
exciting. I gotta
Cat
give
ears
those
for
out
inspiration.
more
I love
readily
that.
too. But
Okay, tell me.
Manaki,
I'm ready.
you get the idea, especially because of how much of this kind of energy seems to just like funnel to and from, very connected to all of you, but it seems very anchored specifically to Althea. And like as the candles kind of blow out, you know how candles have that like wispy little candle like smoke that comes up? All of them kind of seem to go towards Althea.
Okay. Althea, honey, you got some really weird vibes going on right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you want to tell us something? I'm all ears. We listen. We don't judge, Althea.
We listen, we don't judge. You know, Althea is a little. Althea's a little hesitant to spill her family tea, you know, to spill her family background.
Absolutely. You don't have to.
Yeah. Would you like me to
So-
make you some tea this time? Like,
In the middle of combat, I would love that.
Well, we haven't rolled initiative yet, which means that with my action, I'm going to cast Druidcraft to create a little puff of wind to just get the smoke away from Althea. 'Cause it's rude.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you all gather together as you're all spread out. You kind of come back together. You get the smoke away from Althea. The smoke does kind of like dissipate over time as well. And you're all in this space. There does seem to be one exit to this room, through across the room, a flap in the like another type of like, you know, same kind of flappy door that you just walk through. But it's kind of, let me ping. I don't remember how to do that. It's over here.
oh, okay. Can we
Mhm.
conjugate to that area
And
then?
what happened
their
in the
characters?
middle? There was this person plunging a dagger into the heart of a sacrifice, and then everyone
that's
dropped dead,
correct.
including the person who was holding that dagger.
Yeah, every single person in this room is now dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for us. Slay. Okay, I'm going to turn to Althea and I'm going to like kneel down a little bit so that I'm not towering over and being intimidating. And I'm just going to like kind of be like, Althea, if you want, you can tell us anything. Like, we'll listen to you. It's okay. I just want to know how I can help you in this situation because I feel like there's some really nasty energy that's in this room, just like all those nasty people, and they might want to hurt you. That's just like, I have that feeling. So you could just tell me how I can help you, and I'll do the best as I can for you. Okay, bestie? Just anything.
Boston scored a 1 on that Arcana check, so he just thinks like, that's so rude. How is this her fault?
Just that she was in the center on that poster? Gosh.
Althea feels touched by Monaki's statement, sentiment, feelings, words, all things. And you know, I don't know how much I could tell you, you know, before battle. I don't really know what's going on, but I carry around this box, this ritualistic box from my hometown. I've still been trying to figure out the tea with it, you know, what's going on, but
Do you take it out and show
So there's
them?
tea inside
yeah,
of
I'll
it.
take it out and show them. It's like this, like almost like this Pandora box. I think about it very similar to like Shadowheart's box, except more. How many sides does that box have?
20.
It's
That's
a
like a
I think it has a lot of
D20.
It's
sides.
literally a d20, yeah.
So 20
Yeah.
times.
Okay. I would say mine's more like a box, like just a square, four-sided box.
Like a D6.
And I like a nice little D6. And you know, I've studied a lot about it. It feeds on death and the plague, and it may have something to do with the death of my whole hometown, but we can talk about that later, you know. Talk
And
about
you're
that later.
carrying that with you?
We can talk about that later, but we'll have to talk about that later. That's
Absolutely.
not something you can avoid. And I can show you my box that I have in my room that I share with Boston. That's irrelevant, but you know, we can share boxes. Okay.
Althea, what do you think? What is it made of? Like, I always just pictured it like kind of like obsidian with like these kind of like skulls that are like white, like pearl, like type of material like on it as well.
That's like so similar. I always think about it like this hellfire box almost, like
Oh yes.
this like really dark, like probably can't burn, but really dark metal, obsidian probably, with like really sharp edges, very ornate, and with skulls. Yeah.
Absolutely.
When
It's
I
like
saw
that
Skulls are
type
cool.
of dark metal, like that really black metal that like when it hits the light, it's kind of red. Like the highlight of it is red.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. Okay, sick. I needed to establish that. I like describing
this
things
is
as we've come to
literally-
know.
Y'all remember how I got all those dice? Give me a second. Like, it's like literally, this is my Althea dice.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
dead.
Like,
Exactly that.
That's cool. Love
That's
So
that.
pretty.
sick.
God, I'm in love with your
Do
dice.
you think like the red kind of like flickers a little bit, kind of like it's like on fire, but it's not?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that would be so cool.
Yeah. If it catches the light,
Right.
it'll like flame. Yeah, it looks like a little flame.
Ooh.
Love that. Okay. Okay, cool.
Mm.
Moving on. I'm
Okay,
excited
so
about the
box of
description of this
destruction.
box. Do you guys head through this little like entryway? What are
I'd
we
like
doing?
to take a very quick look at like this sacrifice and this knife that you said that
Yeah.
all this energy went into.
Absolutely.
Is it still in the room?
Could I do a little like Arcana check on that? Like what happened there?
Sure,
knife?
absolutely. Give me an Arcana check. Do you want to use your detect magic, your free detect magic as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if I can do
Great.
both, because with detect magic, I can find out the school, I believe.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Can I
Like
do an
the School of
investigation
Magic.
check on the altar?
Yeah,
Not that I have
go
an
ahead.
advantage. I have a -1, but I just want to give it a go.
Scrong.
What's that?
Oh,
Scrunk alert.
Scrunk,
That's an 8.
Scrunk on audio or call?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll just do that, and then we'll do that. Thank you.
Testing,
Okay.
testing.
Testing. Okay, in that
Okay, yeah,
case,
so I learned the
Monarch is
School
going
of
to attempt
Magic
to
with
help.
my free detect magic, and then
Perfect.
can I do like an Arcana check to find out more, maybe, if I pass that?
Sure, go for it.
right.
And
yeah.
Minaki, your investigation check. It's just a lot of hell yeah with the Arcana check, nat
Oh.
20.
Fuck.
Would love to see it. Manaki, you don't get much. It does just has Manaki ever been to a circus?
Yeah.
Great. It's like someone went to a circus, tore down every piece of equipment they had to build this altar. There's also like blood embedded in everything. There's like viscera. It's really gory, and like going through it, like there are like just hunks of like flesh as you go through. Like they didn't glue things together, they didn't nail things together, they just like smushed it. And like it's not very stable either. Like you pull at one piece and like the whole thing kind of like go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Althea and I'm just gonna be like, hey, my mums took me to a circus when I was younger. This is not how they do it there. That
Really
is not how they do
perceptive.
it. I don't think this is a circus. Not from an established company. That's what I think. Glad to help.
I don't think these are actually
Not-
certified.
An established company circus. That's all we know
Nope.
so far.
With
Right.
your nat 20, this dagger, it is definitely magical, but it doesn't give magical item. You, with your natural 20, you get the idea that if you would have encountered this dagger before this ritual had taken place, it would still hold a lot more magic, but it has since kind of lost it. You get the idea it was maybe like a one-use item. You do get that it's a school of necromancy, but with your absolutely banger roll, you know that this was a ritual done to bring you guys here. The energy taken from the souls of these undead clowns, although they are undead, they still have life, and the soul mainly of this person that was sacrificed was what like gathered enough energy to bring you all here.
Oh,
Okay.
teleportation.
Lore? Okay.
Mhm.
Lore.
Lore. All right, so like it was basically like to draw us in. Maybe that's what that wisdom check was for. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, this is how you all got here. You're not really sure how or why. You do get the idea that there, like this dagger was made vaguely recently. Maybe it was forged for this specific purpose. You're just not quite sure. Farther than that, even with a nat 20, you know, you're not like an all-knowing god, unfortunately.
No, God, no. No, just like for my own understanding to like kind of figure out like, okay, so like how and what and
Should
where.
we
Okay.
keep the dagger? Should we bring it with
That's the
us?
thing. If it's a one-time use, I'm not sure. Like, okay, so I could remove curse, but that's one of my 2 spell slots. Like in case it's
you
cursed.
shouldn't use that. Yeah,
You don't.
Oh yeah.
that's okay.
You don't get the idea that it's cursed.
Okay.
Okay.
I can just keep it in my back pocket for now. And
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
I do know a thing or two about carrying around objects of objects
I
of
know a thing
importance
about
that are
you have
carrying
enough on your
objects
plate
that
right now,
shouldn't
Althea.
be here.
So, respectfully, I'm just gonna keep this one in my pouch, okay?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're going to put the
I'm like giving you
ritual
this side eye.
dagger in your nutsack.
No, I have 2 pouches.
Oh, okay.
No, like not my secret nut pouch.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
I was so confused. Okay. Makes sense.
Also, going
It
through
might
like
be
the
not.
bodies with your investigation check, you do find around 12 gold pieces.
Yay!
Ooh.
Slay. All right, Boston
Look
can keep
that
that to
body
the
down.
party.
And I loot that motherfucker. Boston just like hums this to himself when he's like looting. Loot that body down.
Mm-mm. Okay, cool. All right. In that case,
Perfect.
maybe we should check out the. You said that there's like an entrance. It's like kind of the
Like-
same entrance that we went through. Flappy
Where
kind
we're
of
standing.
door.
Where we're standing right
Yep.
now on the screen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess
Okay,
we
cool.
should take a look there. Yeah, I'm
Perfect.
satisfied
Can
with
we
what we've
peek
seen in the room.
through?
Yeah.
Easy.
Wait.
You
Is
all-
there any?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is there
No, go
any
ahead.
like trace of Poe in the room?
Give me a quick perception or investigation check. It's up to you. I'm not picky.
You know, I got that advantage on perception, so 24. Happy with that.
Today is
got
the
a 20.
day for rolls. We're rolling.
Not to brag, but we're doing really good.
We are rolling.
Cool. Roll me. Roll me.
I think we've rolled,
Roll
so
me.
17, 20, and then a 24.
Oh, it didn't show up for me. That's weird.
Oh.
Let me refresh.
Oh, okay,
that.
Yeah, I had to refresh
Great.
my end as well.
Okay,
Yeah, Boston
cool.
was 17. I was 20.
There they are.
I think it
Okay,
was 20.
sorry. I was like, what in the world, you guys? Great. So that you guys all are very certain that Poe has not been here
Yeah, okay.
based
Oh.
on the surroundings.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Cool. Okay.
But that was his scream, so I feel as though someone still managed to get that scream from him somehow and was able
Yeah.
to mimic it or something. So
Yes.
sorry if I'm taking too much initiative with my guesses here, but I am still worried for the little guy. So, all right.
No,
Yeah,
I have too.
Absolutely. Be worried. You should not. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
be worried.
Be worried, says the DM. Okay, I'm gonna peek through the. So sorry. I just no, you saying that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Oh, that's so wild.
As you
Yes,
peek
go on.
through,
Mm.
you kind of like look through, and as you peek through, there's like a bit of space, and then you see your reflection peeking through a curtain right back at you.
Oh.
Can I act that
like
out
a
real
mirror?
quick?
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry, that was me. what a funky mirror, guys.
You're fantastic. I just need to say that.
You kind of open the curtain and show everybody the mirror that's behind it.
And Boston has exactly the same reaction. Oh,
Yeah, got me good
Alfie's
too.
just like interesting.
Althea's like, what a hottie.
Damn me.
And as you're kind of looking at yourselves in the mirror, you're like, that's weird. And you turn around to kind of look back at the room behind you, but you turn around and there's your reflection again. And you look to the side,
Oh,
there's
no.
your reflection. There's your reflection again. Um,
House
and-
of mirrors.
you find yourself in a little house of mirrors.
Ah,
You might have to zoom out a bit because I have hidden most of the map. At this point, you should see in the bottom left-hand corner just a little
okay.
bit.
Yeah.
oh my!
Oh god, that is
Oh my god.
that
that
is
is-
so far. This is a giant room.
So
Okay.
Why-
It's a huge ass map.
I am going to add one token instead of 3 tokens. Who do you want to represent you, Boston, Althea, or Manaki?
Althea.
Represent
Althea.
us in what? Represent us
Althea.
in what?
Just us.
Just in terms of
The three of us.
the 3, like you're all in a group, but I'm just gonna put one of your minis on here just because
Oh,
we don't
okay.
need all 3 of you
Yeah.
guys. We don't have to move 3 minis or 3 tokens.
Okay.
We only have to move 1, which
Oh,
would
I
be
don't know
much
if you have
easier
a
to
the
do.
token
cutest.
of Stefan.
I'll take that.
Oh yeah, we
Mm.
definitely don't. I should make that. I can make like monster ones, and I can make them custom, so we can just put Sven's face
Ooh,
on
that's
it.
cute. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for right now. He's vibing.
He's vibing in his room that
Yeah.
no one can go in or see in. I like that it's private. Okay,
I mean, he
perfect.
deserves it.
That's
Like
private.
he works hard.
Deserves it.
He does. I love him. Okay, perfect. Before you is a very haunting, like, threshold. You look behind you now is just like a mirrored wall, and you kind of see in front of you. There is just kind of like the walls, everything, the ceiling, the floor. It is all a house of mirrors. You kind of see behind you, like the top of where you just came from. There is kind of like runes at the top of the door. And as like you kind of all are now here, those kind of runes fade just a bit. Yeah. And you kind of just are in this hallway of mirrors.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are we
Alright.
pausing for ads? now?
yeah,
Oh,
it says
cool.
ads starting soon, but they haven't started yet. I don't know when. We'll get like a wall of text when they do. But I just want to say it before like you get into like a really hype moment, and then I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh, that's
Sorry, I
good.
should have.
This is perfect.
Yeah, it kind of is. Love
Okay.
the cliffhangers today. But yeah,
Oh,
I
good
can't
God.
manually start it, so
No, that's all good. Yeah. We
yeah.
can just wait a second. Also, Cass,
Yeah.
fucking brilliant. Like,
Yes.
Thank you.
So
brilliant.
There
amazing,
they go.
Cass.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well,
Cass.
I worked hard on it as always, but I did
We can tell. We can tell.
I did
We
force
really
myself
had, like,
to
a
have a lot
week.
more improv moments in this one, to be fair too. So hopefully that's going well.
No, I
I
love
could
this.
not
It's
tell what is
going so
improv
well.
and what
Yeah.
is like pre-made. So
My
bravo.
my I'm in debt for a really long time theater degree really paid off.
I love that for you.
Make use of that
Thanks.
shit. Also,
Ah.
speaking of debt, I saw that Cass already did the command a while ago, but we do have a DM appreciation fund if you do want to help Cass out a little bit, to thank her as well for the time that she puts into these. I asked her to set up a little fund on her throne. So if you're able to,
Yeah.
and if you'd like to, show some appreciation to help her out.
It's been so awesome. Like the software that I make all these maps on, like it costs like a little bit to like subscribe to like this software, and so like that covered that. It was really nice. So thank you. I appreciate
Exactly.
it.
That's exactly why I
With the
wanted that,
DM,
so that like you can
a
make
snack.
amazing stuff for us. And everyone in chat can keep enjoying this. So thank you everyone who did contribute. I did take a little peek. So thank you very much.
Hmm.
So,
Thank you.
No, you're doing so well.
I love it. I want to do this for my life.
Imagine being like a professional DM just as a
like
job.
a Matt Mercer.
I would love. I would love
Right.
that.
Dreams.
I am
goals.
going to very quickly go to the bathroom. There's like a minute or so left of the ad break, but I'm just gonna leave you here so you can like vibe a little bit. So, Honey
I
and
love-
Cass, if you'd like to keep an eye on chat and just like embarrass me in front of everyone, go for it.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Of
Okay, cool,
course.
perfect.
Oh my goodness.
I know we said
Cass,
this
you
last
want-
time. Oh,
Yeah.
stop. I know we said this last time, but the fact that you guys sharing, Manaki and Boston sharing a room was conspired between me and Lonnie before it happened. Like, I didn't just decide to do that. Like, Lonnie was like, what if this is it? I was like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what, as well, is like I genuinely, I was eating like cereal during that moment because I had to eat some food, and like
Yeah.
I was out of frame eating the cereal, and I popped back in. I'm like, wait a second, wait a second, what is happening? I was so
It was
shocked.
so good. Well, and like honestly, Lonnie and I both were like, I can't wait to see how Honey reacts.
Oh, that was so good. I so love it. Oh, and also, oh my god, look, I am built. I would say I would totally survive in like a horror movie, right? A Monarchy, I would feel like would too. But you fucking said that post, I was screaming, and I was like, yeah, oh, you know exactly what to do.
Oh yeah. I will say that I was like, well, they're running away. How do I get them to not run away? Cool.
Had a whole ass back over to the room of despair, and I totally would have left the house if you didn't do that.
Hey, keep me on my toes. It's appreciated. I need someone to not just go along with the things I do, because I need to motivate you guys other than just follow my
That's
story.
so
You
funny.
stinkers.
I think it's just so funny. No, I think I've done that a few times with you at this point.
Oh, I
where I've
adore
done
it.
something and
Look
I-
at Mona's outfit. Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, slay.
girl.
I cannot believe you're wearing
So huggable.
that skirt and those socks right now. Look
Oh, stop. Fuck it up.
you.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Fuck it up.